Thank you so much for joining me for this morning glow flow. You might need 2 blocks for this class, maybe a yoga belt, a yoga strap, anything that you can think of to replace if you know you're a bit tighter. When you're ready, just go ahead and meet me on the mat. So when you guys are ready, you can go ahead and grab your blocks, place them towards the top of the mat because that's probably where you're going to need them to begin with, and simply making your way into a tabletop position. So feet are in line with your knees, shoulders are over your wrists. On your next exhalation, let your bum glide towards your heels. Hands are going to glide forward. Maybe your forehead here is going to melt down on the mat. When you're here, I'll invite you to close your eyes if you haven't already done so. Starting to bring your focus and awareness inward. Starting to activate your Ujjayi breath, so inhaling and exhaling through the nose. Trying to make every inhalation and exhalation as equal as possible. Keeping those hands really active into your mat. Now is also a great time if you want to set an intention for your practice, for your day. Next inhalation, press those hands down into the mat, curl your chin to your chest, really round into the back of the heart, glide forward to your tabletop position. When shoulders over wrists, exhale, drop the belly, lift the tail, lift the gaze simultaneously. Let your hips glide you back to that starting position. We're going to do 2 more like this. Inhale to roll forward. Exhale, drop the belly. Lift the tail, lift the gaze. Hips glide you back. Last one. Inhale to roll forward. Exhale. Drop the belly this time. Lift the tail, tuck the back toes. Let your hips glide you all the way back up to your first downward facing dog of the day. When you're here, I'll invite you to make sure you're taking enough space on the mat. If you need to take a few paddle in the legs. As always, if you're a little tighter, I'll suggest you keep a bend in the knees, the heels lifted, so that you really ensure that you're pressing, letting your heart melt towards your thighs. You're looking towards your belly button, keeping that tailbone lifting up. You're wrapping your arms around it and kind of imagining that your armpits here are looking at each other. We're going to stay here for 2 more full breaths, maybe trying to find some stillness in the shape. Next inhalation, we're going to inhale, press those hands down, curl your chin to your chest, wave it forward to your high plank. When shoulders over wrists, exhale, drop the belly, lift the tail, bending the knees as much as you need. Head is the last thing to come down. 2 more like this. Inhale to roll forward, really round into the back of the heart. Exhale, drop the belly, lift the head, lift the tail. Hips glide you back. Last one. Inhale to roll forward. Exhale, drop the belly, lift the gaze. Hips glide you back. When you make it back, let that right leg come up for your 3-legged dog. Make sure your hips are squared towards the front of the mat. Leg is as straight as you can. Next exhalation, we're going to bend into our right leg. So you're kicking your right foot back behind you, looking maybe up and over that right shoulder. Hips are facing towards the right. On your next inhalation, maybe you stay here. We're going to draw big circles with our right knee for 1, 2, 1 more circle here. Next inhalation, come back to that 3-legged dog, open hip. You can observe if that helps you create a bit more space. Release some of that tension. Inhale, straighten into your right leg, square out those hips back into your 3-legged dog. Inhale, lift your left heel off the mat. Curl that right thigh into your chest. Exhale, foot comes down. Arms come up, high lunge. Take a moment here reconnecting with your balance. Inhale, arms come straight by your side. Exhale, straighten to your front leg. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze the glutes together. Spine is straight, shoulders are down and away from your ears. Exhale, let yourself glide and melt onto your front thigh. When you're here, maybe you'll need your blocks to allow you to keep both legs straight. You're gonna inhale, spine is straight, shoulders are down and away from your ears. Exhale, slowly letting yourself melt into that front thigh. Focusing on your alignment, how the pose feels for you, not comparing yourself to others. Next inhalation, place those hands down on your blocks. Come back to your straight back. On your next exhalation, maybe you'll see if you need to keep a slight bend in the front knee, you can do so. So press down into the mat, try and glide that right leg back and up, three-legged dog. Hips are squared, leg is straight. Next inhalation, we're gonna lift that left heel off the mat, flex into your right toes. You're gonna exhale, try and bring those right toes to your right wrist. Inhale, bring it back. Two more, lift your heel up. Exhale, toe tap, and bring it back. Last one, lift your heel up. Try and toe tap. Maybe bring your foot in the middle of your hands. When you're here, inhale, straight back, shoulders are down and away from your ears. With your exhale, you're gonna plant that left hand down into the inside of your right foot. Right arm is gonna lift up. Maybe your hand is on the block. Hips are squared towards the front of the mat. Next exhalation, maybe you stay here. You're gonna try and grab a hold onto the inside of your left thigh. Looking up and over that right shoulder. Feeling a nice twist. Next inhalation, right arms come back up. Exhale, place your hand down, square out through your hips. Inhale, straight spine, maybe hands are on block. Exhale, try and let yourself melt to your front thigh. Using your exhalation here to help you release that tension, create space. Inhale, press those hands down, slowly come back to your straight back. With your exhale, you're gonna bend into that right leg. Maybe you're gonna use your block to shift your weight forward for your half moon. So in your half moon, your hand is not totally in front of your foot, it's more in front and out towards the side. Your hip is turned out towards the left. Maybe you stay here if you wanna try, or you're really flexible, you can bend to your left leg. Grab your foot from the inside. Take a big inhale, exhale, kick up, press your hips back, pressing your heart forward for your sugar cane. Wherever you are, whatever variation you're doing, we're staying here for 3, 2, 1. If you had your sugar cane, come back through your half moon. Exhale, bend into the front leg. Make sure both heels are in line. Inhale, straighten those legs. Left hand is gonna grab the back leg for your reverse triangle, keeping that right arm straight. Exhale, slowly dive it forward. Right hand comes down, left hand comes down. Maybe you readjust yourself for your pyramid. Heels are in line. Inhale, straight back. Maybe hands are on blocks. Exhale, let yourself melt. Again, taking this moment to reconnect with your breath. Next inhalation, press those hands down, come back to your straight back. Next exhalation, you're gonna let your left hand glide you towards the back edge of your mat, coming into your wide leg fold. When you're here, ensuring your toes are pointing in, heels are pointing out. Maybe you're using your blocks. If you're gonna use your blocks, when you're here, I want you to make sure that you're wrapping your arms around and in. So inhale, straight back. Exhale, let yourself melt. If you grab onto the big toes or the back of the heels, you're really using your arm strength. In any forward fold, we're shifting the weight towards the tip of the toes. You're kind of imagining here that you're gonna bring one day the crown of the head down on the mat. If you're really tight, you can always choose a wider stance. Inhale, slowly plant your hands down on your blocks, come back to your straight back. Exhale, shift your weight towards the front, back into your high lunge. Next inhalation, puff the heart forward, cactus the arms. Exhale, hands come down. And slowly come into your high plank. When you're here, ensuring shoulders are over wrists. Let's stay here for 5, 4, 3, 2. Next exhalation, slowly lower down for your forearm plank. Staying here for 5, 4, 3, 2. Next inhalation, slowly gonna clasp your hands together. Maybe you're gonna place your head down on the mat. If you need, you can always bend the knees down. You're gonna try and bring the flattest portion of your head down on the mat, kind of like you would in a headstand. So if you have a hard time finding it, you can always roll around in your head. You're gonna see that it's not totally towards the front, not towards the back, it's kind of in the middle. So wherever you are, you're gonna place your head down. Make sure you're pressing the floor away. Shoulders are away from your ears. You're gonna walk, walk, walk. Try and stack your hips over your shoulders. Maybe tuck one leg in and lower, and the other. And then foot comes down slowly. Walk yourself back for your forearm plank. Hold it here for 3, 2. Next inhalation, maybe stay here. We do this 2 more times. So placing your head down, press, press, press the floor away. Walk in for 1, and lower for 2, and lower. Come back to your forearm plank. Stay here for 3, 2. Maybe you stay here again. Last one. Walk it in, and then switch, and then slowly come back. Next inhalation, press it up, high plank. Shift the weight forward, chaturanga, upward facing to downward facing. When you're here, take a moment, reconnect with your breath, settle in the shape. Next inhalation again, spinal wave. So inhale to roll forward. Exhale. Drop the belly, lift the tail, lift the gaze. Again, inhale. Roll forward. Exhale. Drop the belly, lift the tail, lift the gaze. Last one. Inhale. Roll forward. Exhale. Drop the belly, lift the tail, lift the gaze. When you make it back, that left leg comes up. 3-legged dog. Hips are squared. Next inhalation, bend into your left leg. Foot is kicking back behind you, coming into your 3-legged dog. Open hip. Maybe you're looking up and over that left shoulder. Maybe you stay here, a big circle for 3 with your left knee. 2. Last one. Next inhalation, stay here. Observe if that allowed you to create more space in your hips. Inhale, straighten your left leg, square out your hips. Inhale, lift your right heel off the floor. Curl your left thigh into your chest. Exhale, foot comes down. Arms come up, high lunge. Inhale, arms come straight by your side. Straighten your front leg. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze the glutes together. Exhale, spine is straight. Letting yourself melt forward. Maybe hands come on block. Inhale, straight back. Exhale, let yourself melt. Using again whatever height of blocks that you need, not comparing yourself to others. It's all about practice. Next inhalation, maybe you bend into the front leg, come back to your straight back. You're gonna exhale, press into your hands, kick that left leg back and up. Take a full breath here. Next inhalation, lift that right heel off the floor, flex into your left foot, and we're gonna toe tap for 1, bring it back. 2 more, lift your heel, toe tap for 2. And bring it back. The last one, lift your heel, toe tap for 3. Maybe bring your foot in the middle. Make sure that maybe your hands are on blocks. Come into your inhale, straight back, hips are squared. Exhale, slowly you're gonna place your right hand down into the inside of your left foot. Left arm comes up. Maybe you're using a block. Focus on your breath. Next exhalation, maybe you stay here, grab onto the inside of your right hip with your hand. Maybe looking up and over the left shoulder. Next inhalation, arms come back up. Exhale, left hand comes down. Inhale, straight back. Maybe hands are on block. Exhale, let it melt. Focus on your breath. Use those exhalations to help you release tension. Find comfort in each pose. Inhale, come back to your straight back. With your exhale again, maybe you use your block. Slowly shifting forward for your half moon. Make sure that that hip is turned out towards the right, leg is parallel with the mat, the floor. Maybe you stay here, exhale, bend into your right leg. Try and grab your foot from the inside. Inhale, kick up, press your hips back. Heart presses forward. We're staying here, whatever variation, for 3, 2, and 1. Come back through your half moon. Exhale, bend into the front leg. Heels are in line. Foot is 45-degree. Reverse triangle. Exhale, dive it forward. Left hand comes down and right. Slowly you can readjust yourself if you need to. Inhale, straight back. Maybe hands are on blocks. Exhale, let it melt. Focus on your breath. Next inhalation, press those hands down, come back to your straight back. With your exhalation, you're going to glide towards the back edge of your mat. Prepping yourself again for your wide leg fold. So you have the option to do the same thing that we did earlier, or inhale straight back. Exhale, clasp your hands behind your back, puff your heart forward, and exhale, mouth forward. So in any forward fold, we're shifting the weight towards the tip of the toes, focusing on our breath. Using each exhalation to help us create more space and go deeper in the shape. Inhale, come back to your straight back. Hands come down on your blocks. Exhale, we're shifting the weight towards the front of the mat. High lunge. Inhale, cactus the arms, puff the heart forward. Exhale, press your hands down. High plank. Next exhalation, forearm plank. So again, when you're here, you have the option. You can bend the knees down on the mat this time. Create your little basket with your hands. So when you're doing a headstand, you want to create a little basket. You have your pinkies, one on top of the other. You want to make sure that your elbows are in line with your shoulders. So you have the option to do the same drill that we did earlier. We're going to place the flattest portion of your head down. Make sure you're pressing the floor away. You're going to inhale, tuck the back toes, lift up, walk up. Maybe tuck one thigh in and find some balance. Maybe straddle the legs. Maybe you're going to play around and stag. Make sure you're squeezing that core. Slowly, maybe. If you fall, you can always try again. Keep listening to your body here. And slowly, feet are going to come down. You're going to meet me in your yogi squat. So toes are pointing out, heels are pointing in. Bring your hands to prayer with the heart. Keeping those shoulders down and away from your ears. Spine is straight. So if this is a struggle for you, you can always use a block. Place it underneath your bum. Take that moment to reconnect with your breath. Next inhalation, you're going to plant those hands down, walk it back through your high plank. Next exhalation, shift the weight forward. If you have a hard time, you bend the knees for your chaturanga. Upward facing. Exhale, downward facing dog. Take a moment and connect with your breath. Next inhalation, again with our spinal waves, inhale to roll forward. Exhale, drop the belly, lift the tail, lift the gaze, glide it back. 2 more, inhale, roll forward. Exhale, drop the belly, lift the tail, lift the gaze. Last one, inhale, roll forward. Exhale, drop the belly, lift the tail, lift the gaze. When you make it back, right leg comes up. 3-legged dog. Take a full breath here. Next inhalation, left heel lifts off the mat, pull that right thigh into your chest. On your exhalation, we're going to switch into a side plank. Try and stack that right leg on top of the left. That left hand is going to guard the face. Exhale, hip step down. If this is really hard, we're just stacking one leg on top of the other. Inhale, try and extend. Next exhale, dip your hips down again. This time, left hand comes down, kick it back. 3-legged dog, open hip. Next inhalation, let that back foot. So we're flipping the dog, hip step down. Inhale, reach up for your wild thing. Puff up with your heart. Exhale, slowly bring it back to your 3-legged dog. Take a full breath. Inhale, left heel lifts off the mat. Curl that right thigh into your chest. Exhale, foot comes down, back knee comes down. Arms come up, low lunge. When you're here, you want to ensure your knee is over your ankle. If you have your hands on your blocks, hands are underneath your shoulders. You're always keeping shoulders over hips. So you're never here. Always staying here. If you find yourself a lot more back, you can always press your hands onto your lower back. With your exhalation, press your hips forward and down, helping you melt a little deeper maybe in the stretch. Next inhalation, palms are going to come in prayer. Exhale, bring it back behind you. We're going to inhale, puff the heart forward. Exhale, look back, and then your hips are slightly going to press forward. Inhale, come back up. Arms come up. Exhale, hands come by your side on your blocks. Shift those hips back, straighten your front leg, flex your front foot. Spine is straight, shoulders are down and away from your ears. Exhale, let yourself melt. Again, using whatever variation that you want to do today, so using your blocks. Even if you stay here the whole time, as long as you feel sensation, that's when you should stop. So never pain, and also avoiding rounding in the upper back. Next inhalation, press those hands down, come back to your straight back. Exhale, shift those hips forward, back into your low lunge. Arms come up. Next inhalation, tuck the back toes, lift it up for your high lunge. Next inhalation, we're going to cactus the arms, press the hands down, step it back for your high plank. When you're here, we're going to do knee to opposite elbow for 1, 2, and switch. 3, 2 more. Last one, we're going to hold here for 1, 2, 3. Stay strong and switch in 5, 4, 3, 2. High plank. Shift the way forward, chaturanga, upward facing to downward facing dog. Take a moment here, reconnect with your breath before we do something similar on the other side. Next inhalation, starting with the spinal wave, so inhale to glide forward. Exhale, drop the belly, lift the tail, lift the gaze. Again, inhale to roll forward. Exhale. Drop the belly, lift the tail, lift the gaze. Last one, inhale to roll forward. Exhale. Drop the belly, lift the tail, lift the gaze, letting your left leg this time come up. Three-legged dog. Next inhalation, lift your right heel off the mat, curl that left thigh into your chest. Exhale, side plank, maybe stacking left leg on top of right. Right hand guards the face. Exhale, hips dip down. Inhale, reach up and extend. Exhale, again, dip down. This time, right hand comes down, come back to your three-legged dog, open hip. Next inhalation, left foot dips down behind you. Left hand guards the face. Inhale, reach up, wild thing. Puff up with your heart. Exhale, place your left hand down on the mat. Three-legged dog. Inhale, right heel lifts off. Feel that left thigh into your chest. Exhale, foot comes down, back knee comes down, arms come up. If you use your blocks, hands under shoulders. Knees over the ankle. Inhale, palms come together and behind your back. Again, inhale, puff the heart forward, look back, then bend back. Exhale, slowly come up, arms come up, hands come by your side. Inhale, shift your hips back. Straighten your front leg, straighten your spine. Exhale, let it melt. Using your blocks if you need. Keeping that spine straight. Next inhalation, press those hands down on your blocks. Shift the hips forward, arms come up, low lunge. Tuck the back toes, lift it up, high lunge. Cactus the arms, puff the heart forward, hands come down, high plank. When you're here, we're just gonna hold it for 10. Stay strong, 9, 8. Squeeze the legs together, press the floor away. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Shift the way forward, chaturanga. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. When you're here again, take that moment to connect with this new shape. Next inhalation, look forward, lift the heels off the mat, bend your knees, step or hop back to your straight back. Exhale, let it melt. First forward fold of the day, you can always keep a slight bend in the knees, holding on to opposite elbows, letting yourself hang from side to side. If you want, you can also grab back of the heels. Any forward fold, like I said earlier, you're letting that weight fall forward towards the tip of the toes. Inhale, press those hands down on your block, straight back. Exhale, we're going to sit the bum down, meet in Navasana. So you can have your legs bent, your arms are straight parallel to the mat. I'm going to hold it here for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, stay strong for 5, 4, 3, 2, exhale, lower the feet down. When you're here, you have your legs straight in front of you, feet are flexed. You're gonna inhale, lift those arms up, spine is straight, shoulders are down. Exhale, let yourself melt forward, focusing on your alignment, listening to your body. You can always stay here, focusing on pressing the heart forward, or again, use your yoga belt. Next inhalation, press those hands down, draw your chin to your chest, slowly, vertebrae by vertebrae, making your way back to a neutral spine. On your next exhalation, you're going to straighten that left leg out by your side. So we're prepping for our wide leg fold here. So you want to make sure that you're bringing your legs as wide as you can, as wide as your flexibility allows you to today. We're going to inhale. As always, start with our pelvic tilts. So placing your hands forward, you're going to inhale really round. Exhale, press your hips forward, bum presses back. 2 more, inhale. Exhale, rock forward, pressing your pelvis towards the floor. Last one, inhale. Exhale, staying here. So pelvis is towards the floor. We're pressing the butt back. Maybe your hands come down. Maybe you're slowly going to start to lower the forearms down. You can always also use the blocks and stay here. Or if this is really intense, you press your hands, maybe stay here with your hands behind your back to help you press those hips forward, feeling the sensation. So you're stopping it wherever you feel a sensation, listening to your own body. Using your exhalation to help you create that space that you're looking for, to help you relax in the pose. Calm your mind. Next inhalation, press the hands down, draw your chin to your chest, vertebrae by vertebrae, slowly lift yourself back up. On your next inhalation here, you can also use your strap and slowly looping it around your right foot to begin. We're going to inhale, arms come up. Exhale, right hand is going to grab onto the left hip. And with your exhalation, we're going to try, and maybe you stay here the whole time. You're pressing your heart forward, or maybe you're going to grab a hold onto that right foot, looking up and over that left shoulder. Finding comfort. Inhale, slowly lift up. Both arms come up. Exhale, we're going to switch sides. So this time, left hand is going to grab your right hip. Slowly bending towards the side again, stopping wherever you feel sensation. Use your breath. Last breath here. Inhale, slowly come back to your center. Arms come up. With your exhale, hands come down. You can bring your legs together. Give yourself a little shake here from side to side. On your next inhalation, slowly make your way onto your back. When you're here, you can bring your thighs again to your chest. Taking movements here. Next inhalation, we're going to grab onto the outside of the feet. Taking your happy baby, so you're pressing the legs down on each side, making sure your ankles are over your knees. If you're really flexible or want to try, you can also play around with extending the legs. As long as you're keeping your spine glued to the mat, you're pressing the feet down towards the ground, using your exhalation here. Next inhalation, slowly bring those legs back in. Exhale, slowly straighten your legs out in front of you. Arms are gonna come by your side. Simply making your way into your Shavasana. As always, we're going to finish the practice by taking a few breaths in Shavasana to really integrate everything that we just worked on. It's also a good moment where you can thank your body for this beautiful practice. I truly hope that you enjoy this morning glow flow and that you have a wonderful day. Namaste.